Unfortunately for me, in Puerto Rico, there was an incident that happened in the dressing room where Bruiser Brody got stabbed to death, which caused me to leave the Puerto Rico.
Now, you were in the dressing room when that happened, or did you see
I
it?
took him to the hospital. I'm the one that me and Carlos Colon, the one that broke up the fight. I was an eyewitness to the incident. I went to the police station, reported it to the police exactly what happened. I remember one thing what it really taught me about things. When the ambulance came, Brody laid on the floor for about 45 minutes because it was right at the beginning of the show, and the ambulance couldn't get through the whole crowd of people. So they took an ask that there was a lady and there was an old elderly gentleman, and he couldn't lift Brody. You got to realize Brody was a big man. He was over 300 pounds, 6'8", 6'7", 6'8". He was a huge man, and they couldn't lift the gurney up so they could get it on the ambulance. So they said, can one of you guys help? Every wrestler in that dressing room, including the American wrestler, turned their back.
Why did they do that?
I walked over there, and I took and said, I put him in. So I reached underneath the girdle, and I go to lift it, and Brody looked up at me. He said, "Brother, don't drop me." I said, "Don't worry about it, brother." I said, "I curl more than you weigh." So he got a little smile on his face, and I put him on the thing. So then the guy said, "If one of you guys want to go to the hospital with him, you're more than welcome." And I looked around, and everybody put their head down and started lacing up their boots. They act like they didn't hear the guy. So I got on the back of the ambulance, and I started thinking, said, "Tony, you can't speak Spanish." So there was another wrestler there. He was around my age. He's probably my age now. So I grabbed him and yanked him on the ambulance with me. And he begged me, "Brother, please, por favor, please, brother, don't get me involved in this. Don't get me." I said, "All you have to do is just repeat what I say. That's all you got to do." So I get Brody to the hospital, and I told him I got a friend that got a stabbing. Now, one thing about Puerto Rico that a lot of people don't know, a stabbing in Puerto Rico is like a cold in America. They don't take it serious because, they get stabbed. It's a common thing there. You may be in San Juan in a nice area and everything, but once you get outside of San Juan, Puerto Ricans believe in stabbing over there. Maybe not here in America, but over there, stabbing is very, very common. So he didn't take it serious. So I grabbed the doctor, put him on my shoulder. He was hollering for security, and I took him to see Brody.
You picked the doctor up?
I picked him up on my shoulder, and I grabbed him, because I told him he was stabbing. He opened up the door and showed me a bunch of people standing there with stab wounds, but not as severe as Brody. Brody had 2 8-inch cuts on his belly. It cut his liver. His liver was cut in two, and plus his intestine was cut in two. So I grabbed this doctor up, and he's hollering for security in Spanish. I asked the guy with me, I said, "What did he say?" He said, "He's getting security." But as soon as I set him down and he saw Brody, and Brody moved his head, he said, he asked Brody, "Are you all right?" Brody said, "I'm just laying here waiting for somebody to help me." And he lifted Brody's hand up, and he saw the injury. He said, "We got to get him in surgery right away."
Tony, why do you think it is that the other wrestlers turned their back and didn't pay attention when they needed help?
What a lot of people don't realize, they all think that we're all friends. When I first started, a gentleman by the name of Klondike Bill, he said that, "Tony, if you retire from this business and you have one friend, consider yourself lucky." See, wrestlers are not really friends. They are business associates. See, we all independently employed. Even though we work for the WWE, we still independently employed. Tony Atlas is not a person. Tony Atlas is a company. What wrestling is a bunch of independent. See, the guys on independence, they don't know that because they've never been in the big league. But once you went in the big league, like, for example, if we was all businesses, John Cena would be McDonald's, Undertaker would be Wendy's, Mark Henry would be Burger King.
I've never heard the Undertaker compared to Wendy's before.
You self-employed. We do individual taxes, and we are individual. It's a bunch of small individual companies that comes into that work together. to form one big company.
So you guys are independent contractors, is what you're saying.
We are independent contractors, exactly. Yeah, we are independent contractors. So how far your company succeeds depends on how big of a businessman you are. So by helping another company, you'll be hurting your company. So the object of the game, believe it or not, is to hurt the other company.